Welcome back to Crisis Communication and Reputation Management. We've already explored how to manage your internal stakeholders during a crisis. Now it's time to tackle something even more unpredictable: the media and public narratives.
That's right, Yogesh. The media landscape today is more complex than ever. You're no longer just dealing with journalists and news outlets. You're also navigating influencers, bloggers, citizen reporters, and viral social media.
And when a crisis breaks, your story gets told with or without you. If you're not proactive, you lose control of the narrative before you even start.
Exactly. So today's episode is all about media strategy, how to work with the press, manage the message, and shape public perception during those critical hours and days.
Let's start by defining the stakes. Why is managing the media during a crisis so vital?
Because public perception is brand reputation. The media acts as a megaphone. What gets printed, tweeted, or broadcasted can impact customer trust, investor confidence, employee morale, and even legal investigations.
That's why silence is not an option. The first rule of crisis PR: be first, be accurate, be accountable.
Yes, and when in doubt, say something, even if it's just to say you're still gathering facts. That shows engagement, not evasion.
Let's walk through some strategic steps. Step 1. Appoint a trained spokesperson. Why is this non-negotiable?
Because one consistent voice builds credibility. A spokesperson must be media savvy, emotionally composed, and aligned with legal and leadership messaging.
Step 2. Craft and release a holding statement. We've mentioned this before, but it's worth repeating. It's your first public response, short, factual, and reassuring.
Right. It might sound like this. We're aware of the situation and are actively investigating. Our priority is the safety of our customers and the integrity of our operations. We will provide updates as more information becomes available.
Step 3 is about media monitoring. You have to listen as much as you speak.
Yes, use tools to track news coverage, social media mentions, and public sentiment. It helps you respond quickly to misinformation or emerging concerns.
And speaking of misinformation, step 4 is myth-busting. Don't let false narratives go unchecked. Politely correct inaccuracies and provide verified facts.
But do it calmly. Don't escalate. The goal is to inform, not to attack journalists or critics.
Let's talk about press conferences and briefings. When should an organization hold one?
When the public impact is high or when there's a strong need to show leadership presence. Think data breaches, public health issues, or accidents with casualties.
And these briefings must be tightly coordinated. Prepare your spokesperson. Anticipate tough questions. Stay composed.
Which brings us to media training. Every executive should undergo it, even if they're not the main spokesperson. Because in a crisis, anyone might end up in front of a camera.
Let's do a quick role play. Lily, you're the spokesperson. The media is asking, why didn't your company act sooner to prevent this incident?
That's a very important question. The moment we became aware of the issue, we launched a full internal review. While we regret any delays, our focus now is on resolving the situation and making things right.
Perfect response. Acknowledge, explain, then refocus. It's the three-step bridge. Validate the concern, state your facts, then steer toward your actions.
And always be mindful of nonverbal cues. Tone, body language, facial expressions, they speak volumes.
Let's shift gears to public narratives. In today's world, storytelling spreads faster than statements.
That's why companies must create their own narrative. A simple press release won't compete with emotional viral posts or dramatic headlines.
So use storytelling. What happened? How people were affected? What you're doing to help? What you're learning?
Yes, take people on a journey. Frame your response as a mission, not just a message.
What role do social media platforms play in shaping public narratives?
A massive one. Social platforms are both a listening tool and a speaking tool. And speed is critical. You can't wait for the next day's news cycle.
So should companies have pre-approved responses ready for social media crises?
Definitely. Think templatized responses, escalation workflows, and a social media war room for high-risk incidents.
Let's quickly list media don'ts in a crisis.
Okay. Don't say no comment. Say, we're investigating and we'll share more when we know. Don't guess. If you're unsure, say you'll verify. Don't get defensive. Don't leak internal info. Don't contradict your own team.
And here are some media do's. Be transparent. Be prompt. Use plain language. Rehearse tough questions. Align your internal and external messaging.
Here's one more tip. Maintain a media FAQ document during the crisis. It ensures consistency across all spokespeople.
That's gold. So, to close out this episode, let's offer 5 action steps for our listeners.
Okay. Step 1, assign and train a primary spokesperson and a backup.
Step 2, prepare holding statements and tough question responses in advance.
Step 3, build relationships with media before a crisis hits so they trust your voice.
Step 4, monitor narratives in real time and be ready to correct misinformation.
And step 5, communicate like a human. Be honest, be warm, be responsible.
Thank you, Lily. And to our listeners, and always, in our next episode, we'll explore digital and social media management in a crisis, a landscape where speed and sensitivity are everything. If you found this episode of Corporate Communication useful, don't forget to join us, leadershipacademy.tag.BIZZ Sutra. Do share it with your friends and colleagues, and leave your review. Until then, control the message before the message controls you.